Hi everyone, I'm Sarah Hall, and today we're going to talk about how to tell if you are a spiritually sensitive person. Being spiritually sensitive means that you are highly aware to the extent that you're picking up on non-physical energies around you. This means that you're likely sensing the thoughts and emotions of other people around you, and oftentimes that you can also pick up on the presence of spiritual entities as well, such as your angels, for example. Many of those who feel a calling towards a spiritual path are noticing that their sensitivity level has really been dialing up lately. This is because our planet is collectively experiencing a rather significant leap forward in the evolution of our consciousness at this time. So that means more and more of us are becoming attuned to our natural, inherent psychic abilities. And you heard that right, natural and inherent. I really believe that it is everyone's birthright to be able to communicate with God, to be able to sense spirit around you. So yes, all of us have psychic intuitive abilities, and for many of us, they just exist at varying levels at this time. So how can you tell if you are among those who are now experiencing this leap forward in sensitivity? Number 1, you are more emotionally sensitive. When your spiritual awareness is open and active, you'll find that you can read people's emotions very well. Another person just needs to walk into the room for you to have a sense of what they're feeling. You may even start feeling their feelings with them. Those who are empaths and hold the power of clairsentience or clear feeling, which is to psychically sense or feel spiritual energy, often experience this. You may also find that your increased emotional sensitivity makes you easily overwhelmed in crowded places or when you're very socially active. It is very important for spiritually sensitive people to regularly cut their energetic cords and to clear and shield their energy. To practice this, you can check out my guided meditation on cord cutting or on psychic protection with Archangel Michael. These will be wonderful ways to learn how to practice doing this on your own, and I will leave the links to those meditations in our description below. So spiritually sensitive people also find that they are very emotionally sensitive to the news and other forms of media. This is because you are picking up on global waves of consciousness. When you hear about a story in the news, you're often able to actually pick up on the emotional and spiritual energy of those people that are involved in those stories. Spiritual sensitivity and compassion also go hand in hand. So for those of you experiencing this, you might find yourself either unconsciously or consciously sending your energy to places of conflict or need in the world. So it's very important for spiritually sensitive persons to get their news from a gentler, non-fear-based source. And also to be very selective in the kinds of television, films, music, and internet that you choose to delve your precious, sensitive mind into. Number 2, you are more physically sensitive. Another way that you can tell if you are a spiritually sensitive person is if you have a high physical sensitivity to food, your environment, and chemicals in your products. Most of the spiritually sensitive individuals that I work with in my spiritual coaching have a strong inner guidance to eat more plant-based, fresh, organic foods. If you are spiritually sensitive, you may very likely be in the process referred to by many spiritual circles as ascension. This means that you are physically, mentally, and spiritually processing the evolutionary leap forward we as a spiritual collective are making at an individual level. And that one of the areas in which you're experiencing change is at the DNA level. As your physical cells change to calibrate towards the lighter, higher spiritual frequency that many of us are now taking on in the human race, you'll find that you no longer tolerate chemicals, genetically modified foods, or for some, animal products as well. Your physical body has an intelligence all its own and is linked to Earth's energy by way of a physical and a spiritual bond. It very much desires foods that we have evolved with for thousands of years, making GMOs physically intolerable for most. Many spiritual sensitives even develop allergies or intolerances to certain food products that are highly genetically modified in the common Western diet, such as wheat, soy, and corn. The spiritually evolving physical body also knows that chemicals, whether found in your foods or in cleaning products or personal hygiene products, strongly disrupt your system from flowing in its highest expression of balance. Most spiritually sensitive individuals are also highly sensitive to animal products as well, especially if those animal products were produced in such a way that brought a life of extreme fear to the animal or disruption to the environment. This is because we take on the energy of our food at a consciousness level as well as at the physical level. So oftentimes, spiritual sensitives feel something like a heavy cloud around them, or the sensation of being blocked in some way when they eat animal products sourced in this manner, or for some, any animal products at all. And partly this is because you're picking up on the actual fear of the precious animal that was involved in bringing that food to your plate. So you want to make sure that the animal was properly thanked and that the environment was properly thanked if you are consuming animal products and feeling high spiritual sensitivity. It's also very important for spiritual sensitives to listen to their body for guidance on how to care for it and to optimize your spiritual and physical growth. Clean up your diet and use natural cleaning and hygiene products. You'll feel so much clearer and more comfortable when you do. Number 3, you are more sensitive to the spirit world. Many spiritual sensitives are increasingly aware of the presence of their angels, spirit guides, or deceased loved ones around them. You may find that particularly when you set aside time to practice mindfulness in some form, such as meditation, yoga, prayer, or journaling, that you feel that you are not alone in doing so. You might start to feel a sense of divine presence around you during this time. And if you put your focus upon this presence, you might become aware of messages that it has for you. And it's an incredibly rewarding experience to connect with loving spiritual guides. Although, if you are ever unsure or uncomfortable about a spiritual presence that you're feeling, it is best to always call upon Archangel Michael to clear that energy away. As a spiritual sensitive, remember to keep your psychic radio station tuned to positive, loving frequencies. And with Archangel Michael's help, you really can't go wrong. For myself, I simply ask Archangel Michael to be my spiritual bouncer so that only pure, loving, wise spiritual communications appear on my psychic radar. And remember that you have the free will to turn your psychic radio on and off as you choose. And if this part of your sensitivity is ever too sensitive or too intense for you, simply ask the angels to help to ground you, to shield you, and to turn the volume down so that you're just using that part of your sensory awareness in a useful, grounded, safe, and uplifting way. Because certainly that is the way that your psychic sensitivity was intended to be used, in a way that helps to bring balance and love and good, positive, useful information into your world. So I hope you enjoyed this information today. I am going to be doing more videos in the future on how to work with your spiritual sensitivity to uplift your life and spiritual path, because this is truly a very vast topic with so many wonderful things that we could discuss together. So if you liked this video, do leave me a thumbs up and feel free to leave me a comment if you have any questions or topics you'd like for me to talk about next. Do subscribe to my channel if you'd like to enjoy more spiritual discussions and angel readings and guided meditations. And if you'd like to keep in touch, I will leave my Facebook and Twitter links in the description below. And if you would like a personal reading or spiritual coaching session with me, you can visit my website at www.seraphim.com to learn more. That's all for now. I love you all so much, and until next time, know that you are so very loved and so very blessed. Bye!